Hello everybody, welcome to the official YouTube channel of MGM Higher Secondary School, Bokaro. This is video number 1 for class 8 English chapter 1. I welcome each one of you to the new academic session. These are very tough times for the entire nation and I hope you are doing your part by staying at home and staying safe. Those of you who have bought the book, good. Those of you who couldn't buy the books, don't worry. Whatever we need to study this lesson will be here in this video. Your book is titled The English Channel by Britannica Learning and it looks something like this. Now this book is divided into 7 units. Each unit has a particular theme. Now in that unit also you will see the themes are further divided into 3 sections. Section A, Section B and Section C. Section A is poem. Section B and C are prose. So today we shall start with Unit 1, Section A. This unit is about suspense and surprise. The theme is crime. Before we start the reading of this poem, let me ask you a question. What is a poem? We have been reading poems since nursery. But if somebody asks you, what is a poem? How do you define a poem? What do you say? A poem is a piece of literature. Literature means anything that uses language to write. So, poem is a piece of literature. It is not written in paragraphs like a story. It is written in stanzas. The words rhyme with each other mostly, and the poet always tries to stir the reader's imagination to evoke some kind of emotion in the reader. So what we have understood? What is a poem? A poem is a piece of literature firstly. Secondly, it is written in stanzas. The words are mostly rhyming with each other and the poet tries to evoke our emotion and stir our imagination. Alright. The first poem in your syllabus is titled Night Voices and it is written by the very famous Arthur Conan Doyle. Before we get to the poem, I have a few questions for you. How many of you are afraid of the dark? You are going to say, ma'am, we are grown-up kids, we are not afraid of the dark. But let me tell you, it is normal human psychology to get afraid of the dark. Especially when you're alone in the house. There's no current. Outside you see it's all dark and you suddenly hear the dogs are howling. And there's some tapping on the window. You don't know when you don't know who is it, you get scared. You shout for your parents, your mother or your father. So it is normal human psychology to get scared in the dark, especially when you are alone and you hear some kind of suspenseful sounds. This poem is something similar. It is related to a similar kind of fear. In this poem, we have a child who is afraid and is talking to his father, but he is not satisfied with the questions or the answers that he gets from his father. And while we read the poem, we are scared for the child. We are able to imagine the scenario in which he is. He is alone, his father is not answering properly, he hears different kinds of noises, it is night time, and we are bent to think, what is happening? What is going to happen? Who is going to take care of the child? Is the father his actual father? Is the child in some kind of trouble? All that we shall find out after reading the poem. But before that, children, I hope you all are keeping a copy in front of you and a pen or a pencil. Children, this is not a conventional classroom teaching. So I am depending on your listening skills and your writing skills. I shall be reading, I shall be speaking. All I expect from you is to understand and listen properly and write it down in your copies. All the notes regarding this chapter will be updated on the parent portal. All you have to do is stay updated. Open the parent portal, take down the notes in your English classwork copy, and at the end of the video, whatever assignment I shall give you, please do it very diligently. Let us now begin reading the poetry. Night Voices by Arthur Conan Doyle. Father, Father, who is that whispering? Who is it who whispers in the wood? You say it is the breeze as it sighs among the trees, but there's someone who whispers in the wood. Father, Father, who is that murmuring? Who is it who murmurs in the night? You say it is the roar of the wave upon the shore, but there's someone who murmurs in the night. Father, Father, who is that laughs at us? Who is it who chuckles in the glen? Oh, Father, let us go, for the light is burning low, and there's somebody laughing in the glen. Father, Father, tell me what you're waiting for. Tell me why your eyes are on the door. It is dark and it is late, but you sit so still and straight, ever staring, ever smiling at the door. Beautiful poem, full of suspense, full of surprises even, and it is based on the theme of crime. So let's see where the crime is being committed. What is the poem all about? So the poem is nicely titled Night Voices. The title itself is quite scary, no? Because nighttime we expect it to be peaceful, we expect it to be quiet so that one can sleep nicely in their cozy warm bed at home. They feel secure because it's dark outside, so you feel secure inside the house. But here is a little child, and for the sake of convenience, let us assume the child is a boy. Here is a boy child, and perhaps he is not very old or grown up, because from the way he is talking we can understand that he is a young child who is quite afraid, and he is with a parent figure or father. How do we know it's his father, or how do we know he is with his father? Because it is written in the stanzas, he is addressing the other person as father, father. In the very first stanza, he asks his father that, Father, what is that sound of whispering? You know what is whisper? Yes, why not? In the class, when the teacher asks you to be quiet, you whisper to your friend. You think that the teacher can't hear you, but you are still talking. That is whispering, yes. So imagine at night, you're in the house or you're doing your work and suddenly you hear some kind of whisper. So you get alert, no? What is it? What is whispering? What sound is that? From where is it coming? In the same way, this child asks his father that, Father, where is that sound of whispering or coming from, or what is that sound of whispering that I can hear? And who is it that outside in the wood? Wood means forest or the trees. So who is it that is outside in the forest, or it is outside among the trees, and I can hear the whisper coming from the trees? But you say, that means the child is telling his father that, Father, you keep telling me that it is nothing. It is just the sound of the breeze. You know what is the sound of the breeze? Breeze means a light wind. Okay, so sometimes when the wind blows, you hear a peculiar kind of sound among the trees. Okay, so he is saying that, Father, I am asking you, who is this whispering? And you tell me that it is the sound of the wind in the trees. I'm not satisfied, Father. The boy is not satisfied. He is not saying he is not satisfied, but from this conversation, we understand that he is not satisfied. He says that, you tell me that it is some kind of sound of the wind in the trees, but I am quite sure that there is some person outside in the forest near the woods who is whispering. In the next stanza, he again tells that, Father, Father, please tell me, what is the sound of murmuring? What is murmur? it is another synonym for soft sound. When somebody talks under the breath, no, murmur means the sound is there, but it's not very clear. That's called a murmuring sound. So this child is telling that, Father, please tell me who is murmuring. I can hear somebody murmur in the night. It is, and naturally anybody's interest will be aroused if it is night time, when you know everybody is in their house. Then who is murmuring? Who is talking outside? Whose sound am I able to hear? And he again complains, or he again says that, Father, you tell me that it is the roar. Roar is a loud sound that the water makes when it falls on the shore. You know, how many of you have been to the beaches? You must have seen the waves come crashing on the shore and it goes back. But when the waves come and crash on the shore, you hear a particular sound, peculiar sound. Okay, that so this child is telling that, Father, I am sure somebody is outside, somebody is murmuring. I can hear that sound, but you keep telling me that it is nothing, child. Don't worry, it is just the sound of waves on the shore. Okay, this is what the father is trying to, how the father is answering the questions asked by the child. In the next stanza, the third stanza, we see that his curiosity is increasing. The child's curiosity is further increasing. And he is saying that, Father, now I can hear somebody laughing. So who is laughing at us? And who chuckles in the glen? Chuckles is a kind of sound that comes when somebody is laughing. And glen means an area in the outside, okay, an area outside, especially a valley kind of thing. What is valley? Means a place between two buildings, a small place between two buildings, a passage between two buildings or two monuments. So this boy is saying that, Father, now I can hear somebody laughing. And who is it that is outside in the valley, that is in the glen, and he is laughing? And Father, please let us go. This means the child is scared even with the father around. Okay, and he wants to go. So this arouses the reader's imagination. Let us go. Where are they? Are they outside? Are they somewhere not safe? Are they not inside the house? This arouses suspicion in the minds of the readers, that if the child is telling, let us go where? So it's not clear where these people were. Okay. And now he's saying that the light is burning low. That means whatever light they are carrying, maybe it is a flame torch or maybe it is a lamp or whatever they are carrying, is now burning low. Means it is about to go off. So the child is quite scared. He hears the sound of somebody whispering. He hears the sound of somebody murmuring. He hears the sound of even somebody laughing. And now he is scared that the light is going to go off. They will be in complete darkness. And all he wants is to go from there, move from that place. Maybe they're outside the house, they want to leave and go back to their house. But what happens? Let us see what happens. In the next stanza, the final stanza, we understand that the child is now becoming impatient. He doesn't want to stay there. He has already said he has heard people laughing, he's hearing people murmuring and whispering, and he is afraid that the lights will go off and they will be in complete darkness. And that is why he tells his father that, I don't understand. What are you waiting for? Why can't we go from here? Why? Because he looks at his father and he is not able to understand why his father is looking at the door. The eyes of the father are fixated on the door as if waiting for somebody. But instead of fear, the father is smiling. Okay. He is not moving, almost like a robot. He is sitting straight, he is staring at the door and he is waiting for somebody, and there's a smile on his lips. And this scares the child because he is not able to understand that what is the father doing with him at the face of danger. In the face of danger, he doesn't know that what is his father waiting for. Why is his father not going somewhere safe? When it is night, when it is going to be even dark, and he can hear these things. And most importantly, the child is not satisfied with the answers that his fathers give. He doesn't think that the whispering that he is hearing is actually wind. The child doesn't believe his father that the roaring sound or the murmuring sound that he is hearing is because of the waves on the shore. He does not believe his father that he is not ready to leave that place where it is getting dark and he can hear, in fact, somebody laughing. And at this point, now we are scared for the child. The child's psychology, imagine alone with a figure, father figure, as stated in the poem, but who is not answering him properly, who is not trying to make him feel more safe. Instead, he is just sitting there, smiling at the door and staring at the door and waiting for somebody to come. Who is going to come? We don't know. What is going to happen? We don't know. Where are they? We don't know. In fact, some people are even worried after reading the poem, is he the real father? Because the child is continuously worried, saying so many things, and the father is doing what? Answering simply just to help, not to disturb him more maybe, and just sitting there waiting for something to happen as if. So, this is all the poem is about. So, that was the poem, Night Voices. Full of suspense, full of mystery, and we understand that small child psychology. Your today's assignment is, I shall give you some difficult words, some tough words from this poem, and you're going to write it in your class of copies 3 times. Each word has to be written 3 times. And your second homework is, you're going to read this poem on your own. If you're confused about any of the pronunciations, just go back to the video where I'm reading the poem and then repeat after. If you have the book, good. If you don't have the book, please Google this poem and read it from there. Night Voices by Arthur Conan Doyle. That's all for today, children. I will see you in our next video. Bye bye and take care.